Friends, the national education policy encourages granting autonomy to institutional setups provided they have been maintaining high academic standards, allowing them freedom to decide their admission procedures, deciding on their fee structures, and also deciding on the curriculum. Many were granted autonomy in the past. Friends, autonomy succeeds only when all of its facets are implemented: administrative, academic, managerial, and financial. And how does autonomy pan out in practice? Let's look at some of the challenges associated with autonomy and its implementation today. There is nothing, be it finance, education, business, or any other, that is not regulated in some form or the other. Though self-regulation is the best. Unfortunately, we need a Swachh Bharat campaign that cajoles its citizens not to spit in the open. However, foisting orders and command impedes innovation, competence, and commitment of those involved in achieving that very same excellence. Do we have sufficient number of researchers in every discipline? Do they have adequate facilities to do both fundamental and applied research? What level of multidisciplinary research exists? Are they provided sufficient funding compared with the best in the world? Are they sufficiently compensated so that they remain in the system? Questions such as these need answers before autonomy delivers. India is a large country with almost 45,000 colleges and more than 1,000 universities. Many of them are currently in the affiliation mode. There are about 350 public universities which are in the affiliation system. Can we legislate and free them all of the so-called affiliation privileges? Some of them are so small that they are not even financially viable. An institution primarily must be known for its academics. The need to promote excellence in higher education is certainly important. It is argued that IITs, IIMs fare much better because they have autonomy. The truth, however, is that they are completely centrally funded with enviable financial autonomy and have facilitating structures in place. Not all public institutions are treated similarly. For probably 5% of the funds that IITs are granted and almost nil financial autonomy, they are expected to deliver similar to the IITs. Probably it's time to cluster the institutions on an academic criteria and bestow complete autonomy, including the permission to grant degrees and diplomas. Future survival must be on the basis of collaboration, not only of academics, but of resources as well. Sharing faculty and using digital content must be made mandatory. A national digital platform will be the universal bridge. Now that many of our autonomous institutions are more than 2 decades into autonomy, should we not audit them, their performance, so we have lessons for the future? Many of them were chaired by industry bigwigs. Have they delivered? Is this a sustainable model? What funding did they bring on the table? How has research improved under their watchful eyes? So on and so forth. Public universities were set up to operate as a state within the state, which means they were autonomous to begin with. Any cursory glance at the act under which they operate will signal they are anything but autonomous, except in a few academic matters. Even academic autonomy is abused when a certain unwanted coursework is retained, since otherwise someone would be required to relearn or lose job. That said about the public universities, most of the private universities function as management-owned fiefdoms with practically no autonomy either to the vice chancellor or to the faculty. Unlike universities in the West, ours are too small to be viable. Many of them would collapse without external funding, let alone provide quality. Our universities, when they started, had all disciplines of basic and applied sciences. Over time, they collapsed for want of patrons. Social sciences, liberal sciences, and even basic sciences have closed due to want of students, faculty, and funding. Consequently, multidisciplinary research itself collapsed. None of our institutions lay stress on productization, leading to disaggregated research. Today, we see yesteryear colleges converted to universities in the private sector, ostensibly to promote autonomy and quality. One suspects it is because it provides freedom to increase numbers and function with unbridled freedom as business houses, closing courses, departments, or starting new ones. True autonomy blossoms when the mind is unshackled and academic environment is facilitated. This calls for a leader who leads from the front, is committed, passionate, a team builder, has great domain expertise, understands the environment and its links with the external world, and above all has integrity, honesty, and a foresight that is matured with hindsight. Friends, autonomy, like I said, can provide the freedom that our institutions need for building quality. With that said, we have also seen challenges in its implementation. I will need your inputs so we can come together, discuss, and come out with better strategies. That, friends, is for today. Until we meet next Saturday, Dhanyavad, thank you, and Namaskar.